Hello and welcome to the iFly channel. This YouTube channel is going to be dedicated to the experiences, or I should say my experiences, in learning to become a pilot and everything associated with such, as in ground schools, flight trainings, certified flight instructors, the costs associated with becoming a pilot, and also some of the hidden costs and other items that you're going to be required to have in order to become a pilot. My name's Josh, and well, I'm a pilot, or as I should say, a pilot in training. So the videos in this YouTube channel are going to be my experiences that you'll experience through me. So you're going to be able to see all the mistakes I make and hopefully learn from those if you decide to embark on becoming a pilot. And I really hope that you guys leave some feedback on what types of things you'd like me to cover on this channel. Maybe you want me to go through the different ways that you can become a pilot, different ways that you can save money on becoming a pilot, some of those hidden costs and items that you're going to be required to become a pilot. Where should you become a pilot? Why should you become a pilot? Is it for you? Well, through these videos on this channel, you're going to be able to figure that out for yourselves. And you'll probably get some laughs out of this as well. This video that we're about to watch is my third flight training video. It's about 6 hours of flight training. The first 2 flight trainings that I had, the camera didn't either make it onto the plane or I forgot to turn it on. So that's why there are 2 missing videos and we're starting on the third. But I hope you enjoy. In this video, we're going to be covering slow speed stalls, steep left and right bank turns, as well as takeoff and landings, although the landings didn't make it on this video because the battery died. So there are a few different things that need to be modified. Other things that need to be modified are the placement of the camera. You'll notice that the camera in this video is placed in the back of the airplane looking forward, and you can't quite make out all the things that I want you to be able to see. So the new videos coming to the channel will have a better camera angle. We're going to be able to see all the instrumentation and avionics of the aircraft, as well as another camera positioned out the window so you can be able to see the wing and see what I'm seeing when I'm looking out the windows. Also hoping to modify the audio. The audio in this particular video was done with a shotgun mic, which just doesn't do any justice or any good really inside of an aircraft, because an aircraft is extremely noisy, which is why we wear noise canceling headphones and we talk to each other through those headphones or radios. So there is a new device that I'll be purchasing that will allow me to essentially take all the communications that are happening between myself, the CFI, which is a certified flight instructor sitting to my right, ATC, which is the air traffic control, any other pilots on the ground, and transmissions made in and out from the airplane, as well as, like I said, myself and the CFI talking to each other, or him yelling at me because I'm doing something stupid. You're going to hear all that once I get that new cable in order to feed through the internal aviation radio communications. Please leave some comments on what you would like to see on the channel, and every flight going forward should have a new video coming up, because every flight I learn a new skill that I'm going to practice, and I believe next time we're going to be practicing on some more landings. So you're probably going to see some landings and see what that looks like and what's involved with putting an airplane on the ground safely. The aircraft that I'm flying more often than not is a Cessna 150. So that is a 2-seater Cessna. Pretty much what everyone assumes a small aviation or general aviation aircraft looks like. It's a high wing, so that means the wings are above the cockpit, as opposed to a low wing like a Piper. But there will be other airplanes on the channel as I progress in my skill level. So sit back, buckle up, and enjoy the show. At this point, brakes are set and cabin doors are latched. At this point I'm looking back and checking my elevator adjustment, and I'm also checking my rudders. Now I'll be looking at the aileron to the right and aileron to the left and making sure that they lift up with the turn of the yoke. I'm going to check my fuel valve and make sure that that is on. I'm also going to make sure that the mixture is full rich, and I'm going to advance the throttle to about 1700 RPM. At that point, I'm going to check my oil pressure and ammeter and make sure that everything is in the green. And while the engine is run up to 1700 RPM, I'm going to check my magnetos. There are 2 magnetos on most aircraft, pretty much every aircraft. And I'm going to check my left, and I'm going to check my right. And what I'm looking for is a drop in RPM when I take off one of the magnetos. Once I'm happy with that result, I'll turn it back to both magnetos, and then I'm going to check my carb heat. And I turn my carb heat on, which I'm doing now, and I should also see a drop in RPM. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my throttle and reduce it all the way to idle. When the throttle's reduced to idle, I will push back in the carb heat and make sure that the RPMs rise back up to where they should be at a normal idle operating RPM. At this point, I'm simply setting the avionics to the current airport that I'm at. I'm only flying around this airport, and I need to make sure I can find my way back. Cessna 11554, departing on runway 19 straight out to the south of Franklin County.
Good, excellent call. Now let's go through our flow.
At this point, what flow means is I'm just checking over everything one last time, making sure that the main fuel is on, my flaps are up, my landing light is on, my mixture is rich, and then I'm going to go ahead and put the throttle to full. Is when I release the brakes, the airplane will pitch back, and that's just because of the thrust of the propeller. At this point, the plane is gliding down the runway, and I look to my airspeed, and once it becomes alive, I let the CFI know. I say airspeed alive, and then at 60 miles per hour, I pull back just like that, and we're up. The key to steep left hand or right hand turns is make sure that while you're doing that steep banking turn, and you keep the nose up. It is very easy at doing these maneuvers to have a spin stall, which is not something that you want to have happen, so you got to be very alert and paying attention to what you're doing while you're making these steep banking turns.
All the way down. Get ready. If it starts flowing, use your rudder. Right rudder. Right rudder. Right rudder. There you go. Now pull that yoke back. Don't stall. It's not stalling. Right rudder. Right rudder. We're right rudder. We're right rudder.
All right, all right.
Okay, you gotta get the nose down. Come on, right. It's kind of fun. There you go. Push it forward. Unload the motor. There you go. And one.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the little bit that I was able to capture there in that kind of a crummy video and certainly crummy audio. But thanks again for joining. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel for more footage coming your way on what it's like to become a pilot. Until then, yokes back and wheels up. Bye-bye.